Hola from Paraguay. So, going for a little walk today. Give you guys some scenery while we're filming. I'm more excited than just sitting in the damn thing. Wife's up getting ready. We're about ready to go to the gym. We got a lot planned today. We got up late because we were up watching the White Lotus last night till God knows what hour. And we didn't get to bed, so we slept in, and then yeah, we're up late. We got a lot to do. Gotta go to the gym, get some food, and still make it to paddle tonight for the boys. Gonna pop my paddle cherry tonight. Hope the boys are easy on the old man. 60. Don't beat me up too bad. My first time. I want to live long enough to do it again. All right, so today's video is on the budgeting for the trip to Paraguay. So how's that done? What should you consider? What are you going to miss? That's the big part. You're not going to see it coming, guys. All right, so first off, make a budget and make it realistic, and make it before you go the first time, because there's going to be multiple trips, and this is all for Paraguay. This isn't this is generally speaking as well a good plan, but this is for Paraguay people. Make the plan before you go. When you come down to apply for your temporary residency, which is your first step, take notes, keep receipts, tally it up, see how you did. You can have one-time exemptions baked in there. So you can, like, well, we're not going to count this because this was this trip, or you have a fund separate from your monthly living. Once you get there, you're going to have to buy stuff for one time only, right? Like if you're planning to bicycle around everywhere, you're going to have to buy a bike, and then you're done. That's not a monthly expense. Maybe there's some repairs or something that comes along the way, but there's a miscellaneous category, right? Put that in there. So plan. I guess that would be the key word, wouldn't it? Our budget, I made many adjustments. I have a whiteboard at home, categories written down. We wanted to include our 10-year anniversary that went into this because we were hoping to go to Mendoza and potentially Machu Picchu while we were here. So we threw 10 grand into there for that. That doesn't look like it's going to happen now for a multitude of reasons. So our budget went along the lines of $1,500 for rent. We had, what did we have? We had cell phones for $65 a month. We've actually got that down below that. Even at home now, we've got that for 2 phones down. Food, we put $1,000 a month. You can easily do it for less than that depending on where you live in Paraguay. But we wanted to eat out. Wanted to live a little large, right? Going out here and for food is, oh, we got some friends. Hi guys. We wanted, food here is like, it's like entertainment. It's affordable, it's family time, it's friends time, so on and so forth. So we put $1,000 in there. I think we underestimated that one. We went overestimated on the rent. We allotted $250 a month for 2 people for medical, and that's an all-in price. I was told that's too much to allow for. I won't spend that. It's almost not possible. The insurance down here, even if you buy full coverage, is like $100 per person. And that's it, and it covers almost everything that you would think of, except for like heart attacks or some spinal surgery or something like that, and you're pretty much covered. So that was low. We had I called it the tech category, tech and clothes. So $300 a month for a new cell phone, clothes. We already had to buy a couple of towels because the place we're staying only had 2. Takes a day to do laundry. What are you using for that day? So we went and bought a couple towels, stuff like that. What else did we have? Uber rides were $250 a month. I calculated it on $3 out, $3 back, 30 days, that kind of thing. You're going somewhere every day. You may not. And we've been walking. Holy cow. The number of miles I've walked since I got here is crazy. So budget your things. So what are you not going to see happen while you're learning the country that you're going to? You're going to screw up, and you're going to learn from that, and you're going to move on. So I'm going to call it the screw up category that you need. When you go out to dinner, whether it's with a local, your expat group, anyway, your check. Most of the time when you go to a restaurant in the States, and there's two couples, they will separate the check. Well, here they don't. And unless you paid attention when you ordered and can remember the exact amount that you ordered yourself, which I recommend you do while you're learning here to prevent things like this. Everything you buy, you should keep a receipt and learn and understand what you spent. Figuring out the money is kind of crazy. I'm going to turn around for just a second to show you this building that's under construction. See if I can get it. Look at that. That thing is huge. And I just realized I forgot my mics. All right. Nothing but high quality videos here on the channel. So when they don't split the check and it shows up, like I've been in one situation where they came over and told the first guy what his bill was. It was 196,000 Guarani. And then it came over mine and he pointed to the 196 again. And the wife only had a salad. The other person had a steak. How am I the same price? So I think he pointed to the same one, or there was confusion, and I ended up paying an extra 60,000 Guarani. We went out with our group, and we should have known. We forgot. We didn't ask and we didn't verify, so it's our fault, right? They typically just do the whole bill, and it's an easy way to do this, right? We've got a group of 10 people. They don't split checks, yada yada. You take the whole bill, you divide by the number of people, and that's your bill, with tip and everything. So there's no calculation, figuring out waiters, all that. It makes sense. But we're on a little tighter budget now that we're retired. Look at this door here. I'm stunned every time I go down the street, both up and down. So we ended up spending, what was it? 600,000 Guarani, and our budget was like 150. Whoops. This happened in all kinds of different forms when we were out to eat, and all different reasons. It just adds up, right? We're already double our food budget because of all these little things. The same thing with, like, you might not realize that Ubers, you can't tip them, or they expect a tip, and if you don't tip, your stuff's recorded, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of different ways you're going to bleed money because you don't know the system yet, you don't know the traditions, you don't know the group, you don't know the people, you can't speak the language, so on and so forth. So the language is going to get you too. I went in to order a Whopper, and the wife goes, I guess I don't really want Burger King, but I'll take a Whopper and cheeseburger. Okay, so my goal was to get a Whopper, cheap, get out the door, and somehow, in the translation, I ended up with a Whopper meal, a Whopper Junior meal, another Whopper and fry, but no drink, so it's not a meal. And all I ever said was uno. I never said dos or tres. I don't know how that happened, but my bill just went from 30,000 Guarani to 110,000 Guarani. Money out the door, right? Not in your budget. You're going to kill your budget. So pay attention to the money. It's the hardest thing to do down here, is to do banking, do finance, calculate the funds, which are changed dramatically since we got here. It's just crazy. So anyway, do your budget and do your thing. The other side, I have a whole list in my head. I have too many lists for too many videos, and I need to start getting them done so I don't forget them. When you get back, assess your budget. Make sure you stayed on track and find out where you failed, and see if you can fix it. We just learned of a whole lot of new things that are going on in Paraguay, and unfortunately, none of them are really positive. So don't shoot the messenger. But we met with a realtor. We were gonna go look at property. Hopefully, we'll see if it happens. We're trying to get there, but we've already done the homework that when we started this mission, house, yard, cheap, not rural, but suburbs. That's what we were thinking. We get here and we find out, well, that's stupid, and here's all the reasons why. And there's a long list of reasons you should not do that as an expat unless you are somewhat familiar with Latin culture and you speak halfway decent Spanish. Then you got a chance. But not knowing the local retail market and how the contracts are done and the titles are held and all that stuff, you're probably going to get screwed. So it was suggested that we do an apartment. So then we were starting to look at apartments. I'm like, okay, well, this is cool. We can do this. It's cheap. You can get them for as low as $30,000 down here, or you can spend $3 million. They have them at every level you can think of. And hold on. Welcome to Battle Line. All right. So you can find them at all levels. If you want to live like a king, you can do that. Paraguay offers you that. It has a wide variety of options for you. You can live at 30,000. Just know that at 30,000, that is not going to be your Western standard. At 120,000-ish, I would say you start to reach an American standard. That's probably a 2-bedroom with moderate amenities and qualities in the build. But there's a finance thing going on down here that's hidden. You won't see it. What you'll notice first is that at night, there's not very many lights on. And I noticed this the first time I was here, and everybody told me, well, it's because Brazilians and Argentinians come here to invest, and they buy a lot of money, and they just use it to hold their money. And this is true. They do. They do that in New York, too. They do that in other places. It's capital preservation. It's an asset. It's not liquid. It's not controlled. Well, it's kind of controlled by a bank if you pay for it, right? It's an asset, physical. So this made sense to me, and I was like, okay. Then I started thinking, where have we seen this before? Where have we seen massive buildings going up everywhere? And guys, there is tonnage of stuff going up here. It's crazy. Never seen anything like it. The number of buildings going up is crazy. Where have you seen that before? If you follow money, like I do, it's happened in China. They built entire cities, and I'm not talking some little podunk, nowhere with a street light. I'm talking full-blown cities. I've also seen this in Asia, a couple places, a little bit smaller scale, but still entire cities with maybe 50 people living in them. Nobody in China doesn't have a lot of options for investment people, so when they find one, they take it. So they're all collapsing now. The why doesn't even matter. The fact that there was empty places in mass, it ran good, everybody was happy, making money, yada yada, but it all came down because at the end of the day, it wasn't practical, it wasn't real. Here, if you buy an apartment, your exit liquidity is an expat, because most Paraguayans cannot afford a $120,000 apartment in the city. They can sometimes afford the $30,000 one, but then it's not really where they want to be. And they like houses here. They like living in homes more, and so do I. Who doesn't? I would take a house over an apartment any day. So this is all going on, and there's a long, complicated answer to it that I'm not going to get into the details. If I can find a way to post it on the video, I'll put it in there so you can see what I found. Because we had just finished meeting with the realtor, literally, and he mentioned hedge fund money, and I was like, okay, well, that really wasn't what I was hoping for, but it could work out. Maybe that's a good thing. I have to do homework. Little did I know I was going to go home, get on my phone, open Facebook, and the very first thing I see is a hedge fund guy writing a beware warning about Paraguay, and in infinite detail, so much so that I can't post it on Facebook myself because it exceeds the line limit for some reason. Hold on. We get where was I? an in-depth analysis from a hedge fund manager who's remaining anonymous for obvious reasons. And I'm like, okay, yep. So basically what it boils down to is it's the same. They provide liquidity where it doesn't make sense. They find a way through the system. They pump the front, and then they dump it on the back. And you're the one they're dumping it on. That's the nuts and bolts of it. Does that mean that there aren't opportunities? No. Does that mean you shouldn't buy an apartment? No. That means you should do your homework and understand what you're buying. Rent. Airbnb is so easy. It's not that much money. It is more than your budget's you're hoping to be in if you're retired like we are. But I'm not saying don't buy here. I'm saying make sure you understand what's going on and don't be in a hurry. If you don't allot at least a year, if not 3, you're probably going to make a mistake that's going to cost you a lot of money, no matter how you do it. It's hidden, and this one's hidden really well, and it has layers. You're going to get poked from the start to finish. You're probably just going to walk away and take a loss, because it's going to take. You're going to have to be living here longer. I mean, if you're selling, you're probably leaving or you're moving. It's just not going to end well. So, do your homework. We're now assessing duplex, and we might buy the whole duplex, not just one half. I don't like properties like condos and things that I never really feel comfortable that I know what I own and what is my responsibility. In these apartments that they're building here, they're made of concrete, and my ceiling is the other guy's floor, right? So if where he's showering the concrete cracks and it floods into my space, is that his repair? What if he doesn't repair it? What if there's nobody living there? It's just an Airbnb. Once in a while there's somebody shows up, this water comes through and you can't figure it out. There's all kinds of things that just, what do I own? Do I own the walls? Do I own up to the walls? Do I own the outside of the walls? If the outside of the building's siding is falling off, is that mine or is that theirs? And what if they don't? What if they don't fix it? What if you buy the building you did your homework on? The person who's selling it is a viable business, but what you don't know is the hedge funds coming in behind you. They're going to buy 20 of the 40 units themselves, and they're going to get hacked, and they're not going to pay their maintenance fees. What happens to your building? There's all kinds of things that can happen along the way with this. So real estate's a bit problematic. I should say, to the point where I'm feeling like Paraguay is not an option at the moment to do what we wanted to do originally, in some aspects. Plan B, it is probably totally still doable. You can come here and live, don't get me wrong. I can come here, I can rent an apartment, I can live here, I can survive here. Paraguay's awesome. It's very unique in a lot of different ways. You're not going to find anything else like it. So that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is our original plan was it was a plan B, somewhere we could disappear, be safe, not starve to death, if, I'm going to say, the world comes to an end, as you have known it. That does not mean I'm doom and glooming, I'm dooming, I'm a doomer. Yeah, I've been called that so many times I've lost count. The reality of it is the world's going to change, and I don't mean in small ways. It's mathematically not possible to get out of it at this point. It literally can happen any day at this. There's people that can't figure out, like me, how the hell did we get this many years in before it collapsed? They're pumping and dumping the system right now, and every level you can think of, nearly every chart you see is bullshit. Lend and pretend. A lot of people, man, if you're listening to this and you're still in a 401k, pension, you're counting on government, man, I'm sorry. If you don't hear what I'm telling you and you don't look into it and you don't understand it, I can't help you. So look at what you have. Okay? I just had a family member do this for years, was telling him, and now he's like, how did this happen to me? How did this happen? I don't understand. I don't understand. Had millions, and now he's trying to figure out how to pay the bills, and nothing's even blown up yet. He has been cut off from his pension and his 401k, so 2 of his legs went down. He's cut off from his spouse's money. He's cut off. I mean, the dominoes are starting to tumble. It's going to happen to you if you aren't paying attention. So wake up, poor America. There is a reason I'm looking at Paraguay. So we're right now, we're probably gonna, we've always said, we are going to do a plan B no matter what, because we still don't know what that crash looks like. My suggestion, and what I'm trying to think my way through, is what did we do in the old days when this happened? What did people do? How did people survive the Great Depression? And you would find six generations of family living together, maybe even the neighbors too, because you're all in the same boat, right? They banded together. Back then we had a lot of farms and farming people, and you could work for your money and enough to put stuff, keep you alive and feed yourself. But what's the world going to look like when that isn't the case and we don't cooperate and work together? Holy cow, look at this building. I'm going to flip you for just a second. I hope I can remember where I was. Look at this property. Holy crowly. What is that? Guys, that is someone's house. Like when I say you can live any way you want in Paraguay, look at that sucker. This is not unique. Almost every walk we go on, we find something like this. This is insane. That fence is 12 feet high, okay, to give you some scale of the house part that you're looking at. And it goes on and on and on. It goes down the whole block. They own the block. That is, have you ever even seen a house with, 40-foot glass? I mean, I gotta say that's at least 30. That is 3 stories, 2 if it's, 16 or 20-foot ceilings inside. That is insane. Look at that. I'm bewildered. That has got to be, it's not the largest one I've seen, but it's damn close. It's certainly the tallest with the biggest windows. But look at that, that's all their yard up there too. You can just see over the fence, there's the first neighbor right there. And it goes down the other way just as much. So anyway, back to the story. Squirrel! All right, where were we? The families families that don't get together work as a team for everyone's benefit. Everybody's got different skill sets. Everybody's in different forms of life at the moment. Some are young, some just had kids, some are old, just retired. Everybody's got a skill set and something to bring to the table. You all work together to solve the problem, or you all don't eat, or you suffer a lot. That's what it's looking like in my opinion. So, God, I got to come back and look at that house again. Nuts, because we could buy that. I could buy that. I've seen houses that are, well, I posted one on, I don't know if it was on Facebook or whatnot. It was between 250 and 320,000. It had acreage and landscape to the nines. Holy moly. Like, that's me. But think about that. Again, planning, budgeting. Who's the pool guy? Do you know a pool guy in Paraguay? What do they charge? Are they reliable? Are they going to show up? Are you going to get gringo priced? That's something we didn't talk about. That's a thing. I'm trying to get you out of the sun here where that's not beating down on me. So, yeah, here hardware stuff, tools, massively expensive relative to home. There is no Home Depot to run down and grab some 2x4s and plywood and get her done. They work with brick and they work with concrete, all kinds of things. Oh God, I gotta flip you again. There's this house still going the other way. Look at that. Hola. See, look at that. Look at that. That is just spectacular. Wow. See, here's kind of what the wife and I are like, except for the stairs. Except for the stairs. The stairs are like a killer. Look at the shade and the green. Old school build brick. God, I love that. Absolutely love that. Another one right next door. I like that one a little more. It's a little more open in the front. But yeah, I mean, guys, look at this. This wasn't meant to be a real estate one, but that is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hola. And if you're wondering what that little telephone booth looking thing is, that's the security that they pay for here. So you'll find them scattered all over this area. It's one of the higher end areas of Asuncion, and he's the security guard to make sure nothing happens, which is awesome. And then you can have right across the street an empty lot. So anyway, wherever I was, I can't remember. We're hoping you guys are getting this video anyway, because I don't know how the sound's going to be doing with all the traffic I had and the bad lighting and the sun being behind me the whole way. Should probably pause it and pick it up, but we're not going to worry about it. We don't want to do editing. So anyway, budget, find the things you're not going to see. Spend your time. Come down here, get a first trip for your permanent residency. Come down again, you got to do a day, so that a year later, inside of a year, you got to come back again. Have another plan that's expanded from the first one based off what you learned the first one. See if you can stay within budget better based on what you learned. Do not just go to expat groups and that's it. Don't not go to expat groups, but get your butt off the couch and go out and explore. It's going to be like, oh my God, how do I do that? Like, we went into a buffet one time. I was like, honey, buffet, look at this. She goes, yeah, but we don't know how that works. We don't know how their system is. I said, exactly. That's how you learn. Let's go in and learn. And it was actually the best chicken she's ever had at the least price that we've ever paid. I think we got both meals for under $10. And I had, what did I have? It was some kind of steak. Can't remember. Potatoes, side dish, dessert, drink. I mean, $10. And then we went and bought a coffee, and the coffee cost more than the entire 2 meals that we had at that place, to give you an idea of how good it is. If you see locals eating there, that's where you want to eat. You want to go eat Burger King. Burger King's actually different down here, so is McDonald's. I still haven't tried a burger yet, but it is different. So anyway, get your, I got squirreled again. So many things in my head doing this. Come down the second time, do better on your budget. Refine it, figure it out, get an answer, and then prepare when you're on the third trip down that if you can pull it off, you know, less than a month on the last trip, you're wasting your time. Go down, spend a month. If at the end of that month you hit your targets, then I'm going to say you figured Paraguay out. Just staying in budget is half the battle, guys, especially if you're retired like we are. We don't want to go back to work. We're trying not to, but man, the world's changing so fast. If you don't hit your budget, you aren't ready for Paraguay. Spend another month here. It's cheaper than flying back and forth. Spend 2 more months here. Spend before you commit to where, and this is probably should have been a priority on the video too. How are you getting back home if it doesn't work? If you're like, first of all, every single expat down here, with no exceptions, I'm talking thousands of them, all have the same story. We all thought the same thing. We all are leaving for the same reasons. We are all here trying to do the exact, you can just take one person's name out and so maybe this person had $500,000, this one had 5 million. They're all entrepreneurs. They're all follow money. They're all Bitcoiners. They're all entrepreneurial in some way, and they all see the crash coming. They all saw Paraguay as their home base of the future. They did not see another way to do it, and that's why they're here. So just know that you're not alone. But before you liquidate your whole entire everything, we came close to liquidating almost everything. Make sure in your plan you can go back, because if it doesn't work out for any reason, and you know what, this isn't going to be completely immune, but it does have the water, it has the food, it has the great culture and family-oriented units. It's also poor. It also imports all of its own oil and stuff, which is going to be problematic. It's also a long flight. If flights get canceled, airlines go out of business. Plane tickets are freaking 10 grand a person to get anywhere. There's things that can still happen. So plan, people, plan. This was not meant to be this long of a video. It was meant to be done in a format of phase 1, phase 2, step by step and plan, but I'm running out of time here. I've got a lot of stuff going on every day, or I'm trying to have a lot of stuff. I'm trying to have something every day. We have friends coming back from the expat group from wherever they weren't that are from Washington, actually. 3 of them. I think there's 3. One's a pilot. I want to go to Ciudad del Este, which is on the other side of the country. I don't want to spend 6.5 hours in a bus. He's a pilot. I'm thinking rent a plane. He can fly us all down there. We all go in on the plane. Renting one is cheaper. We can be there in 2 hours. Yeehaw it up, leave whenever we want. We don't need to book tickets and whatnot. Get back in the plane and fly back. Only in Paraguay. You are not going to find a way to do that affordably in the States or anywhere else probably. This is a very unique thing. Plan B did a video on it. Go watch the pilot thing for 5,000 bucks. You can be your own pilot. And it's just something you would have never thought of put on your bingo card or planned out. So anyway, remember to like and subscribe, leave comments, tell me if what I'm not thinking of, tell me what I'm completely jacked up on if you're from here. This channel is mostly for family, friends, so on and so forth, to keep you all up to date. This is where we're at the moment. Paraguay is back to a plan B until we can figure out a solution to all the blocks that we have from achieving what we want out of Paraguay. It's so peaceful down here. I mean, I can't even tell you. It's total tranquilo. It's awesome. So, wow, how's that for a skyline? Yeah. All right. So, ciao from Paraguay. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.